Hello, hi, and welcome to Transformative Reads Episode 2. Last session, we saw some of the important universal laws, fundamental laws from Brian Tracy's Million Dollar Habits. Today, also, we are going to discuss some of the other profound concepts from the same book. In this chapter, he is going to discuss, Brian Tracy is going to tell us about an important thing that is the self concept. We'll know more about this as the session progresses. Okay, so the great question for success. This is the one question that we all should ask to ourselves. What do you think about most of the time? So, this is a small quiz to you also. Now, whoever is participating in this session now, you ask yourself for a moment, what do you think about most of the time? Just take a quick moment to reflect on this question. What do you think about most of the time? If possible, write in your notes also. What are the thoughts that predominantly occupy your consciousness? In your day to day life, what are you thinking about mostly? This tells a lot about your personality. So please be serious, write answers to this question. I hope everyone had this thought. Some of you must have written in notes. So, what Brian Tracy tells is that all the unsuccessful people who doesn't achieve much, right? All these people, what they do is that they always think about what are the things that they don't want in their life. What are the things that they don't wish that did not happen in their life? And who are the people they can blame? Who are the people that they can point their fingers to and say, these are the people who are responsible for my current situation? How many of you had such thoughts in your mind when I asked, what do you think most of the time? Yes, no? Any volunteers? Yes, Lakshmi is very frank. She's open enough to tell yes, right? Most of us have this thought. So from now onwards, change this thought, okay? Because whatever you think in a day, whatever predominant thoughts you have in your life, that is what is going to shape your life. You will be shaped by your thoughts. So if you're going to think about all the things that did not go well in your life, all the things that you do not want in your life, and all the people whom you do not want in your life, then those are the things you're going to attract in your life. In the last session also, we saw in the law of attraction, right? What you think, that's what you attract. So if you're going to spend most of the time thinking about all these things that you do not want in your life, that is what you're going to attract in your life. That's what most of us are attracting. I hope you will agree with this. We always think about, I do not want this. I do not want this boss. I do not want this manager. I do not want this relationship. Or I do not want this quarrel in this relationship. So if you are focusing mostly on I do not want this, I do not want that, then the universal law is very much neutral. It doesn't know you do not want or do you do want. It will think that okay, this person is thinking most of the time about this quarrels only. This person is thinking most of the time about his or her manager only. So maybe they are liking it a lot. So let me give more and more interactions with these people. And the universe will give you more and more problems, more and more interaction with the people you do not want to interact with. But what Brain Tracy tells us, the successful people, right? The successful people, what do they think most of the time is they think about what they want in life and how they can get what they want in life. So they have their thoughts predominantly surrounding these two ideas only, what they want in life and how they can get it. So when you start thinking about what you exactly want in your life, then what you're going to get? You're going to get more of what you want in life. Your path will be aligned to reach your goals. So we use the same law of attraction for your benefit. So start focusing your energy on things that you want. Start thinking like successful people. Once you fill your whole day with the thoughts of whatever goals you want to achieve, whatever great things that you want to do in your life, then you automatically your actions will also get aligned to with those thoughts only. Your energy will not get wasted anywhere else. Okay, so I think you got the point here. So what you're going to think most of the time is what you will become at the end. So if your life is not the way you wanted it to be, then your thoughts were not good enough in the past. You have been thinking about things that you do not want. So that's why you have attracted this life. that you are not enjoying. If you want to shape the life that you want, the life that you will enjoy, the life that you really want to live, then start thinking about that life only. Do not focus on things that you do not want. I hope you got the idea of this. Why do some people think in that way? Like how successful people think, and why some people are not able to think that way, like how successful people think. Why some are programmed like this and some are not? The answer lies in our early childhood years. How we grew up. Most of the answers come from there because we all have been shaped early in our life. What we are now, it's because what we gained during those initial years in our life. So our early childhood has a great impact on our today's lives. So we are going to see a concept what has shaped our lives today. So that is the self concept. This is a concept that we have about ourselves. This is the master program of our subconscious mind. This self concept. So, what this self concept is about is most of the time we would have got lots of opinions, information, ideas, right, from our parents, from the society, from our friends, teachers, right? So what are all the inputs that you have accumulated in yourself since childhood? Okay, those things go and reach a subconscious mind and become your self concept. So this will become your master program of your subconscious mind. So you will act according to this master program only. So whatever the person that you have become now, it's because of whatever self concept you are having inside you. How is your outer world depends on what is inside you. We saw in the last session also. By the way, if you have not attended the last session, you can watch the full video in our Self-Sing School English channel also. So you'll get an idea of what are the fundamental laws that Brain Tracy talks about. So your inner world only will command how your outer world will be. You will act in a manner which will align with your self concept. This self concept is not just one concept. We have got lots of mini self concept for different areas of lives. Okay, some people, if we take about public speaking, we will have a mini self concept about ourselves. I'm not very good in public speaking. When it comes to stage, that's all, I'll become blank, right? We all have this concept about ourselves. So if you have such concept, obviously when you are called on a stage, you're going to go blank, you're going to freeze, because that's how you have your self concept on that area. About cooking, some of us will have the self concept that I'm very good at cooking, like I can cook very well. Then wherever which kitchen we put you into, you will cook very well, right? Whichever new dish you learn also, you will start to cook very well, because your self concept is very, I'm a very confident cook, I can cook any dish well. So that is your self concept. That's how you will act outside also. The same thing with being a mother or father. If you think you are a very good mother, you will also act in a manner that a good mother will behave. But if you think yourself as a pathetic mother, or I'm not a very good father, then you will also act in accordance with that self concept only. The same goes with money also. If you think in your mind that I'm not good at money, I'm not good in managing money, I'm not good in earning good money, then that's how your external world will also reflect. Okay, so whatever life we are living in, it's because of the self concept we have developed inside us. So let's understand this first, okay? Because the diagnosis is half cure, right? When there is something wrong in our body, if the doctor is able to diagnose the right thing, like this is what is happening inside your body, then that means it's half cured. That's what we have also done now. Why our lives are not in the same way as successful people? Because of our self concept. That is a diagnosis we have been having now. Okay, so what is the self concept that you have about yourself, about your talents, your abilities? Just take few minutes and then write it in your notes. Everyone, you will have some self concept, like, yeah, about your talents in writing. Some people will have a good talent in speaking, or some people will think that I'm not good in productive, I don't do things on right time. We will have our own self concepts, right? So what are such self concepts that you have about yourself? Write in your notes. This session is not just to come, listen and go, okay? It's all about doing and acting. So please do write. If you take the feels that you're suffering now, if you dig deeper, you will know that you're not having a strong self concept in that particular area of life. That's why you're struggling in that area. Some people will be struggling with relationship. They will have a self concept that I'm not good in relationship. Whatever relationship, at the start, it will be good, and it will end up in a breakup. or I will have a fight with them and we'll part on our own ways. So this is the self concept that you'll be having about relationship. That is how your life will be shaped till now. Your self concept could be positive or negative. Record both of them. I hope most of you must have written the self concept, right? So, because this will be helpful as we go ahead in the session. Okay. Next thing is this self concept has got three parts. Only when we know in detail about this self concept, how it is influencing us, and how we can improve this and make us a successful person, so we can use the same self concept to our own help, right? Our own benefit. Now we are going to reprogram ourselves for this greatest success. So, how we are able to do? Let's see. The first part of self concept is the ideal self. Okay. The self concept has three parts. The first part is the ideal self. What is this ideal self? Is that each and every one of us, we have our own best version, right? In our mind. We all will have that best person that we want to live. That person will have the best qualities in us. That person will always live in our dreams, in our wishes, sometimes in our fantasy only. So we know that that person will have some qualities that we always admire. I want to become that person. So that person's attributes is what makes your ideal self. Okay. So what is a dream personality that you're holding inside your mind about yourself? That is your ideal self. That person will be successful in career, successful in relationship, will be very confident when speaking to others, right? Will earn more money. So what are the best qualities that you have for yourself? That is your ideal self. Can you think of someone like that? Yes. Do you have someone like that in your mind about yourself? Tell me in the chat box. Yes, Lakshmi says yes. Yes. Others do not have, I guess. That's what I can see. You do not have any such thinking that you want to become that best person. If you don't have that ideal, right, you wouldn't have been sitting in this session. You have that person. You want to become that person. That's what has driven you towards this session. What researchers have found that they have taken all these people who have become successful, and when they saw their childhood, right, all these successful people, they all have been avid readers of biographies and autobiographies. These people, most of them, they have been in the habit of reading the biographies of great people. So what will happen when you read all these biographies and autobiographies? There will be a hero or heroine in the stories. When people read most of their stories, they will identify themselves with that hero or heroine. They will immerse themselves into that character, and they will start admiring those characters. And what they will do is that they will form their ideal self from these characters. So all these values and attributes they have got from these ideal heroes or heroines they have read about, right? This will be their guiding lights towards success. So people who have formed their role models at a very young age, they are sure to achieve greater things later in their life. These people who have achieved really great things, they all have role models. They all have identified what are the values and attributes that these role models have, that they want to follow, that they want to inculcate in their own personality, and they have worked towards it. That's what has driven them to such accomplishments. So, you all here, you all must have got your own role models. If you do not have, please do have a role model in the field that you want to achieve. Identify what are the traits and attributes that they have. Start following them. Soon, what will happen is that when you start to focus more on these values, more on the best personalities, right? Law of attraction will start to work. It will bring in the right people in your life, right opportunities in your life. So you will start to see faster results. So if you want to have the faster results, have role model. Start to follow whatever values that they have in them. Okay. So this is what the first part of self-concept is about. The ideal self. Okay. The ideal self, the bigger self, the best version of yourself. The next part is your self-image. This self-image is the what, how you see yourself now, how we see ourselves now. We see ourselves as successful person, influential person, famous person, or we see ourselves as a lazy person or a person with lots of failures or who is good for nothing? If you have such self-image about you, then the same thing will be reflected in your current life also. So how you see yourself is how your current life will also be. So this self image reflects how you see yourself now. How does the self image help us? Is that sometimes people, if you think about their earning capacity, if that person is earning 10 lakh, right? For example, let us keep that person is earning now 10 lakhs in a year. Now his self image will be only around this 10 lakhs. My earning capacity is what? 10 lakhs only. So even if he aspires to earn more than 25 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 100 lakhs, he will not be able to reach that limit. Why? Because his self image is identified only with this 10 lakhs limit. So your limit, the limitations that you're experiencing in your current life is limited because of this self image. So if you have the self image of a person who is earning only 10 lakhs, then you'll be earning only 10 lakhs. Somehow you will earn that 10 lakhs, but not more than that. So this self image reflects how we see ourselves. So how to change this self image? We will all be having a self image. Mostly it will not be positive. If it is positive, where there is improvement now, you will not be sitting here, right? You all want to change this self image. You want to see yourself in a better place, from a better place, right? So how to do that? So whenever you're going for an event or you're going to perform something with regards to your work or relationship, whatever it may be, you visualize how you will be performing at your best at that moment. You first visualize in yourself. This is what the best athletes, the best politicians, and the best performers all do before giving their best at their places, at their workplaces. If you also want to perform your best, then I would suggest you to visualize yourself doing that best. If you're going to give a presentation tomorrow, then before giving the presentation, take few minutes before that and visualize you yourself giving your best during that presentation, doing your best, answering the questions with lots of energy and enthusiasm. Once you visualize yourself at the best level, right, your subconscious mind will also program for that best performance. So when you are delivering that speech, that presentation, you will give your best. So start visualizing yourself to give your best performance as possible. Whatever may be the area of life that you're struggling now, you're thinking that I'm not good enough in this, I'm not able to do best in this, I'm not confident about this. Start visualizing. Start visualizing yourself doing the best performance there. Okay. Next part of self concept is the self esteem, right? We all know that whenever I also ask a lot of people, right, they all tell that I have very low self esteem, ma'am. This is what is pulling me down in my life. I have all the talents inside me, but I'm not able to show them outside because I've got a low self esteem. I'm not able to speak up in front of a crowd, in front of my superiors, because I have got a low self esteem. But most of us do not understand what exactly is this low self esteem. Okay, low self esteem is the esteem that you have about your own capabilities. Okay, the self esteem, how you perceive about your capabilities, that is what it means, self esteem. Now we talked about ideal self, right? The ideal self, the topmost level, the best version of yourself. If your ideal self is here, okay, if your current image, self image is here, okay, this gap determines your self esteem. Understood? Where you want to be and where you are now, the gap determines your self esteem. If this image, self image, is close to your ideal, self ideal, then you will have a high self esteem. Okay, but if it is, the distance is very wide, then you will have a low self esteem. So you should take care of each and everyday action that you're doing in your life. Every day we all do certain type of task, right? If you're doing that task very well, if you're being in alignment with this self ideal, then you will start to feel, okay, I'm having a good self esteem. If you start achieving even smaller tasks, then you will think that, okay, yeah, I'm confident now, I can do very well in this job. Whenever you feel that confident and happiness inside you, your self esteem will go high and high. But if you think that, okay, I failed in this task, I cannot do more, I will not be able to do better in this job anymore, then your self esteem will go lower and lower. So whenever you start doing things which will take you towards your ideal self, right, those tasks will increase your self esteem. If your behaviors, your actions is going in the opposite direction, you want to be a confident person but you're not acting confident outside, you're not showing your capabilities outside, then you're obviously going to decrease your self esteem. This is what happens in our day to day life. What are the situations where your self esteem really goes down? In a meeting, you want to really go and put your ideas out, but if someone says your idea is very stupid, then your self esteem goes down, right? Because each and every comment that you hear, each and every thought that get into your subconscious mind, everything will determine your self esteem. Everything is affecting your self esteem. Each and every time when you're going to go outside and put yourself out in the society, right, there is going to be only two outcomes. One is you're going to come out as a person with high self esteem, or you're going to come out as a person with a low self esteem. Either of this will happen. So how to increase increase his self-esteem. Okay, each and every time we cannot win, but how to increase his self-esteem? For that, we should know the right meaning of self-esteem. One easy and great meaning about self-esteem is that how much you like about yourself. How many of you like about yourself? Now you tell in the chat box. Okay, rate your liking from 1 to 10, 1 being you do not like yourself and 10 being you like you the most. You're the most likable person in the world is you. Okay, now tell me in the chat box, what is your likability? How much you like yourself? Okay, tell me in the chat box. Let me see how much rating you give. Ramesh, super, 10. 8 is Nandini, 6. Anbasekaran, Sivasami 7, Lakshmi 9. Good, very good. There are lots of people who are liking themselves and lots of people who are honest with themselves, right? Saraswati 7, Rajkumar 8, oh, sorry, 9, Saravanan 8, Gokul 6, Priya 7, okay, Venkatachalapati 9, Lakshmi 9. Right, right. Thank you so much for your responses. Good, great. All of you, you don't have low self-esteem, I guess. Already I've got a very good self-esteem. I don't know what suggestion should I tell to you, because this self-esteem is all about how much you like about yourself. If you are a person who doesn't like you, or you doubt your capabilities, or you doubt your own skills, then Brain Tracy gives you a solution for that. A simple solution which you can really use it immediately. You can start using it immediately. Say this affirmation: I like myself. Simple. Brain Tracy, when he started his career also, he struggled a lot with his own self-doubts and fears. He was having very, very low self-esteem. So that time he figured out this affirmation. He started telling this affirmation to himself 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. First, he did not feel real, but later on, as he kept on saying this one affirmation, he started believing it. His self esteem started to go really very high. How simple is this? It's very simple, right? Just say these three words: I like myself. Whether you like yourself or not, see the mirror. Tell to yourself, I like myself. Whenever you fail, whenever you feel that you have not given your best, whenever you feel that you have fallen down, you have fallen flat on your face, say this word: I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. Keep on repeating this affirmation. This will do magic. This will do wonders to your self-esteem. I bet. There are lots of self-help materials available, but this one thing alone can improve your self-esteem drastically. When you act out of liking and love from inside, then you're destined to give the best outside. So because you know that the outside world is a mirror of inside world. So if you're going to like yourself and go and stand in front of a crowd, in front of the office meeting, other people are also going to like you. But if you feel pathetic inside, if you feel that I'm not good enough, then other people will also sense that. When you yourself don't like you, then how come we expect others to like us and respect us and love us? That's not going to happen, right? So if you want that respect and love from others, start from you. You give that love and respect to yourself. You feel good about yourself. Then other people will also start to act in accordance with that. Okay? So let us all say this affirmation from here onwards daily, how much ever time you want to. Just say, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. So we have seen the three concepts about the self concept, right? Three parts of self concept. So the self concept consists of ideal self, the best version of yourself, which you want to live, which you want to achieve, which you want to become, that ideal self. And then the self image, how you see yourself now. And the third one is self esteem, how much you like about yourself. Only when all these three things come together and be in accordance with what exactly you want to achieve in your life, then you achieve the great things in your life. If you're not achieving whatever you want in your life, if your goals are not met, then you have to go back to these self concepts. What is the self concept that I'm having in my mind? What is the ideal self I'm having? What is the self image I'm having? What is the self esteem I'm having now? Identify all these things and work on them. I've also given all the tips to come out of these negative self images as well. So work on them, come out of it. Only when your self concept is very high and stable and clear, right? Only then you will start to achieve great things. What all these happy, successful people have, they have the clarity. They have the clarity of where they want to go, what they want to achieve in life. But if you see the people who struggle with this, struggle with achieving even smaller things, they have very vague vision. They have very vague self concept. They don't know what they want in life. Then how they you're going to achieve them. One day they will tell one thing, and the next day they will have a different vision altogether. So if you're not clear about your vision, how come this universe will give that achievements to you? If you do not have the clarity, you cannot attract those things in your life. What makes people successful is this small thing, the clarity. So start working on towards what exactly you want in your life and shape your self concept in accordance to what you want, and work on all these ideal self image and self esteem, so that your self concept will be the best one to achieve your goals. So how to supercharge your personality? These are the three tips. One is become clear of the virtue, values and attributes you respect and want to make part of your personality. Become clear about this. Start from here. What you want in your life. Think like successful people. Think like achievers. Become clear in what you want from your life. Before any event, imagine you being at your best. This is how you will move up in the ladder. First, you imagine. Then your subconscious mind will also start to believe that, okay, he or she is having such and such qualities. So I should bring in her or him the right opportunities, right people, and it will only conspire you to achieve your goals. You don't have to do anything. You have to just make your subconscious mind believe that you have everything inside you. You are the best person. And then third one, you're going to tell, I like myself. I hope whatever the concepts we have discussed today about the self concept and how that will help us improve our personality and make us progress towards our goals, right? I hope you all got the concept right. Thank you. Meet you in the next session.